At 2:17 a.m., the police knocked on my door. By sunrise, the whole town believed I had killed the man I loved. The worst part? Someone had planned it so perfectly, even I started doubting myself. I was awake when the sirens tore through Briarwood at 2:17 a.m. In a town this small, sirens don't mean noise, they mean names. Someone you know, someone you've waved at in the grocery store, someone whose house you've passed 100 times without looking twice. I didn't know yet that this time the name would be mine. I live alone in a narrow white house on Alder Street, 2 blocks from the woods and 1 block from regret. The walls creak like they remember things I try to forget. I was sitting at the kitchen table with a cold cup of coffee, staring at my phone, rereading a text I had sworn I wouldn't open again. We need to talk, tonight. The message was from Daniel Harper. Daniel was Briarwood's golden boy, high school football hero, volunteer fire captain, and the kind of man people trusted without asking why. He was also the man who had broken my heart 6 months earlier and then asked me to pretend it never happened. I never replied. The sirens stopped somewhere close, too close. Then came the knock. Not the polite kind, the kind that assumes guilt. When I opened the door, 2 uniformed officers stood there, faces tight, hands resting just a little too close to their weapons. "Emily Carter?" one of them asked. "Yes. You need to come with us." I didn't ask why. Part of me already knew. Daniel Harper was dead. They found him in his cabin by Lake Briar, a single gunshot wound to the chest, fired at close range. No sign of forced entry, no robbery, just blood, silence, and a clock stopped at 1:43 a.m. And me. My fingerprints were on the glass on his kitchen counter. My boot prints were in the mud outside the cabin, and worst of all, my phone location placed me within 200 yards of the lake at 1:38 a.m. I kept saying the same thing over and over until it sounded like a lie even to me. I didn't kill him. Detective Lucas Reed watched me from across the interrogation table, eyes sharp, expression unreadable. He was new to Briarwood, transferred from Chicago after something no one would talk about. Outsiders didn't last long here. Either the town swallowed you or it spit you out. "You and Daniel were involved," he said calmly. "We were. You broke up badly?" "Ignored the last message." "Yes." He leaned back. "That doesn't look good." "No," I said, "it doesn't." They let me go just before sunrise, not because they believed me, but because they wanted to see where I'd run. I didn't run. I went home, showered until my skin burned, and stared at myself in the mirror, trying to recognize the woman everyone suddenly thought was a murderer. By noon, Briarwood already had a story. I could feel it when I walked into the diner. Conversations stopped. Forks froze mid-air. Someone whispered my name like it tasted bad. I slid into a booth and ordered coffee. The waitress avoided my eyes. That's when I knew I was on my own. The first thing I did was go back to the lake. The cabin was taped off, but the woods around it were wide and careless. I walked the perimeter, replaying every moment I could remember from the last week. I hadn't been there that night, I was sure of it. I'd been driving, yes, but nowhere near Lake Briar. I remembered the rain, the radio, pulling over because my hands were shaking too hard to keep the wheel straight. Someone had put me there, and they'd done it carefully. I noticed the mud first. My boot prints were there, clear as confession, but they were wrong. Too deep, too even, like someone had pressed my boots into the ground, not walked naturally. Then I saw the cigarette butt near the tree line. Daniel didn't smoke. Neither did I. I bagged it with a napkin and slipped it into my pocket, just as a voice spoke behind me. "You shouldn't be here. Detective Reed. I live here. So did he." He studied me. "If you're trying to build a defense, you're doing it the wrong way." "I'm trying to stay alive," I said quietly, "because whoever killed Daniel is still here." For the first time, something flickered in his eyes. "Why would someone frame you?" he asked. I thought of Daniel's emails before he died, the arguments, the secret he hinted at the last time we spoke.
I think Daniel found something, and I think he told the wrong person. That night, someone broke into my house. Nothing was taken, but my laptop was open, my notes scattered, the napkin with the cigarette butt gone. The message was clear: stop digging. Instead, I dug deeper. I went through Daniel's past, not the public version, but the cracks. His financial records, his late-night meetings, the fire department charity fund that had been quietly siphoned for years. He'd discovered embezzlement, the kind that involved powerful people. One name kept peering, buried deep but consistent: Mayor Thomas Kell. Briarwood's backbone, or so everyone believed. I brought what I had to Detective Reed. He didn't dismiss it, but he didn't promise anything either. "Be careful," he said. "You're not just fighting a case anymore." Neither of us realized how right he was. 2 days later, my car was run off the road. No witnesses, no cameras, just a dented guardrail and a warning carved into my fear. I knew then that the killer wasn't hiding. They were watching. The breakthrough came from the cigarette. DNA matched a man named Eric Doyle, a town council assistant, quiet, forgettable, the kind of person no one notices until it's too late. When confronted, he broke in minutes. He hadn't pulled the trigger. Mayor Kell had. Daniel had threatened to expose the money trail. Kell panicked. Eric helped clean the scene, plant evidence, move phones, wear my boots. They thought no one would look twice at the woman who'd been too emotional to let go. They were wrong. The arrest happened at dawn. Mayor Kell didn't resist. He just looked at me as they took him away, eyes cold with disbelief. "I almost got away with it," he said. "You did, until you underestimated me." Briarwood stayed quiet after that. The town apologized in small ways: a free coffee, a nod, silence where there had once been judgment. Detective Reed stopped by my house that night. "You could have left," he said. "Most people would have." "I wanted my name back," I said. He nodded. "You earned it." As he left, I locked the door behind him and sat in the dark, listening to the house breathe. Briarwood still looks peaceful, but now I know better, and I will never stop looking.